Well, basically, this came about originally. It was for well, we basically wanted to. We were working with an artist called Mark Rees, who basically did this installation thing with a lot of artists in North Wales and brought it down to Llandudno. And you know, whilst talking to him, he sort of mentioned that Lemmy, and reminded me that Lemmy was from North Wales, and obviously Lemmy is a big figure in. You know, I've loved his music for years. So I was like, you know, suddenly realising that, I was shocked. I was like, right, we need to do something about it. You know, mention, you know, the fact that he was a big part of the local history around here. You know, Lemmy lived in Junction, he lived on Anglesey. He developed his music in North Wales. And I just think, you know, as a big influence as an artist that he was, I felt it was really important to do a homage towards him. So basically, it was a large piece that basically went on the front of Llandudno. I did a 5-foot piece of him, and then cut them into these different fragments, and they were supposed to represent his music. They was, you know, supposed to give a feeling of his music. But this one came out of basically my sort of research into his look and my sort of style of figurative sculpture. And you know, and I really, what I did is I listened to his music whilst sculpting it, and I just wanted to get a fluid feeling and an expression of his personality as well as my personality within the art form, and just really wanted to express him. So I'm really quite proud of this piece. So, you know, after the exhibition finished in the summer, I sort of thought, well, you know, I really like this piece, and I thought I'd like to mould it and see what I can do with it. Anyway, I moulded it and, you know, put it on my Facebook and just sort of like, you know, touted it around. And I ended up getting, someone got in touch with me from, I think, one of his PR team, or someone who'd found out that I'd done this piece on Lemmy, and said, you know, I've heard that you're trying to get in touch with Lemmy, because it's impossible to get in touch with anyone famous, you know, you've got to have a contact. Anyway, so this contact turned up, and I said, yeah, bloody hell, I'd love to get in touch. So he gave me a contact. I emailed them over, and I said, look, we've done this piece on Lemmy. Obviously, he was a big part of, you know, focal point in North Wales to his PR team, and they were really interested in it. And I said, look, I'm not interested in, you know, anything out of it. I just feel, for me as an artist, I'd like him to see it or even have it. Do you know what I mean? So they ended up saying, oh, you know, well, we're doing a tour in Britain. You know, maybe we could have it. We could take it over. You know, once all the stuff goes back over to America, we could take it with us. And then they got back in touch with me saying Lemmy would love to have it in his new condo in California. So I was like, yeah, brilliant. And what's happened with this bronze is a company contacted me who were doing this new spraying metal, which is a fantastic new way of you know, metallizing anything. And this is basically a spray metal job. And they said, look, we'd like to just do some test pieces for you, just little pieces, just to show what they could do for me as a sculptor. When I mentioned I'm doing this Lemmy and it's going out there, they said, right, could we do him? You know, and get in with it. And basically, because the guy who owns Project 12, David King, said, you know, he's a massive lover of Lemmy, so basically did it for free. They've done 65 hours, which is a spraying, but the actual difficult bit was to to polish this all, because I wanted it polished, you know, like almost like a bronze nugget. And I just think it's come out really fantastically. I haven't sent the final photographs yet. I will be doing this week to the PR company, and I'm hoping, you know, they're going to love it. So I'm just hoping it gets over there safely to him.